Sid, I'll hit that question at the end of the lab when we're finished. Let's see. Okay, so nobody wanted to answer how we start this family? Turning symbol? Turning radius? No? Okay. That's all right. File, new, annotative. Is it going to be annotative? It is it needs to stay, what, 5-foot radius? Ooh. It's got to stay with the model, right? So it's going to need to be a symbol, probably a detail component, maybe just a symbol. We'll take a look at them and see. New component, there we go. All right, so we're going to do, let's see what we've got. We're going to start a new family. Lab says generic model. You know what? I think I'm going to be rebellious and say, you know, this is probably a detail component. So we're going to start with a detail component. And why detail component over annotative object? Well, because we need this to scale with a model, right? It needs to always stay at 5-foot radius, right? So this actually looks pretty close to our generic model view, right? We notice that we don't have the elevation views. That's okay, because we're not going to really be elevating anything. It's going to be sitting on the floor. And we also notice that it isn't detail item. That's okay with me. So I'm going to be using some reference lines for this. So we need to be in our reference level view. We're going to draw some reference lines. 2 lines at 45s from the reference plane. So we get our little listening angles there. And 45. All right. Don't argue. We're playing here. Draw one more reference line in the middle. Nope, that's not the middle, is it? All right. So I'm going to equalize these. Is that still in the middle? That was pretty close. And then this is kind of the cha-cha-cha, except with reference lines instead of reference planes, right? And we're going to make this our diameter dimension here. So we're going to add a parameter. We're going to call it, did I need to do that? Nope. Select, add a label, diameter. Keep saying 5-foot radius, didn't I? Silly me. Okay, so we want to flex it, make sure that it's doing what we want it to. And we're going to shrink this window back down so I can see what's going on. Apply. So we already have an issue here. Anyone have a idea what's going on here? No? How would I find out what's going on here? Do I just hit remove constraints and keep going? Show. That's one option. Okay, so we've got constraints are not satisfied on those. We don't know why. And we've got this. Constraints are not. Constraints defined by highlighted lines, blah, blah, blah. If I hit expand, I can actually get some element IDs where I can actually look these items up if they're not visible. If show does not work, I can actually go in here, okay, 1566, cancel, cancel, modify, select by ID, what was it? 1566, okay. That didn't seem to work very well, did it? Try that again. One 1566, 1626. I don't know why it says, did I not put it in right? 1626. Okay, normally that'll work. Don't know why it's not. I'm not gonna mess with it. But you know what? You know it's there. So this isn't working. Okay, let's step back. What can we try differently here? instead of a reference line in the middle here, okay, let's try putting a reference plane in. 45 degrees. What should we do this? If we want to make sure that this is definitely the center plane, what should we do to this? If we remember from the last session, we should pin it. Okay, that's definitely not going anywhere. Where are you going? Nowhere. So we go edit witness lines. There we go. We can now EQ that. All right, thank you, Jeff. Pin it, or pine it, as Jeff says. All right, now we want to flex it, see if this works. I hope it does, because I haven't done this in quite some time. There we go. All right, so already we're starting to see, okay, there might be some things that reference lines aren't quite good at. One, equalizing dimensions. All right, so this is why you flex. All right, so we got a reference plane as our reference point to kind of anchor everything in, and we pinned it. All right, so we flexed. Center point does not move. We're good. He has this where we're going to align and lock reference lines to reference planes, reference line endpoints. I don't know. That doesn't seem to want to work very well.